Greetings my dears in love and light. Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. This video is for you. So here are 7 ways to know yourself better. Now, why might we want to know ourselves better? Well, it helps us to know what we want and to create a reality that's actually good for us, rather than creating a reality that we think we should have logically. So oftentimes we're given beliefs about what we should do and have, and we carry those out, but we're still not happy. Also, to know yourself better means you know better what needs healing and be able to work on these things. Okay, so number 1 on ways to know yourself better is to be within the present moment. Now, you probably hear this quite a lot about the present moment and the now. But being present in the moment, you can ask yourself a question. What would I really choose at this moment? What would I choose? How would I like things to be in this very moment? And it could be anything at all. You can dare to dream in this moment. So a good thing to do is to be relaxed when you do this, because then the subconscious mind is more accessible and you might find an answer pops into your head quite readily. So you might be relaxing and say, what would I choose at this moment? What would I really choose at this moment? I might pop in there some chocolate, to do some exercise. And what would I choose? I would choose to be in the countryside right now. I would choose to be walking in the countryside. I might choose to have a new pet. I choose to be with my family. I choose to see my friends. I choose to do an amazing activity I've never done before. So our present moment, if we're ignoring it all the time, not appreciating it and not thinking about, well, how could this present moment be? And we could be missing out on knowing ourselves better and what really makes us happy, what really stimulates us, what we really want in our lives right now. Okay, so number 2 on ways to know yourself better is to give yourself challenges sometimes, or make changes and see how you do. Because you may not realise, you may be fearful of doing something, you may be fearful of, I don't know, going out to a restaurant on your own, or going to a certain country, or taking a course, or being friendly with a certain person you've always avoided because you've got funny energies off them or something. Give yourself a challenge or a change and see how you do. You might surprise yourself because you may not know how you do. Because you can see how you do and see whether it's positive or negative. Oh, I did really well. I really surprised myself. I'm stronger than I thought. I didn't know that about myself. Or I was scared to death and I hated it. Oh God, I didn't realise it'd be that bad. Okay, well then there's healing that needs to be done. Why was it that bad? Because we want to get to a state where everything just sort of washes over us nicely and we have lots of nice times and positive emotions, and the negative ones are fewer and fewer, no matter what the situation. So give yourself challenges and changes and see how you do. You may find something out about yourself. Number 3 on ways to know yourself better is to pick a new pastime or hobby. So when we're in the present moment and our subconscious says, oh, I want to do something new, something like that, have a think about what made your heart sing when you were a kid, for example. Because we often forget that and think what we did as a child was just childish. But let's say I enjoyed being outside and being in nature, climbing trees, collecting bugs or something. Now, I know that's a childish thing, but what does it say? Well, it says really that naturally I wanted to be in nature. So how do I feel now? So perhaps getting yourself a pastime or a hobby that allows you to be in nature more, will allow the true you to come out and to get to know yourself better. So what I'm getting at is you can look back to a time before you received this worldly programming and influence and see what floated your boat, see what you like, see what gave you joy, what gave you excitement. That can give you ideas. So by looking back to being a child, you can figure out more about yourself perhaps, and then employ it in your life today and see again how you fare. Okay, so number 4 on ways to know yourself better is to stop resisting life. Okay, so I recently mentioned this in a 2018 video on my main channel, but I just want to pop it in here as well, because by resisting life, you're generating negative energy for yourself and you're not being you properly. So I'm relating it to this here. So what do I mean by stop resisting life? Resistance is negative emotions saying, I don't like this. It may have been from the past, so if you're suffering from depression, you may be still suffering from a lot of grief from things that went on in the past that's unresolved. So the negative emotions are resisting what was unresolved. Or if there's something in the future coming up and you're feeling a sense of dread of something coming up, that's resistance for something that's coming up. So it's all a no, no, no feeling. No matter what the negative feeling is, it's a no, no, no feeling. But if you shine the light of consciousness on that, you can consciously start to stop resisting life. And then be able to know yourself better because it's masking over the true you. So let's say I've got an event coming up. Let's say I sell stuff and I'm feeling really worried that I'm not going to sell enough, I'm not going to make money or something. Now, that feeling of worry is resistance. I'm resisting the possible negative outcome. I'm no to the negative possible outcome. Be conscious of that and let it go and let things just be. And then automatically you're a different person, aren't you? You've shaken off the negative worry and stuff. And now you're freer to be you and see how you act and how you are in these situations. Freer of this resistance, free from this resistance. So recognize the negative emotions happening, figure out what it is you're resisting in the future or the past, and then by shining the light of consciousness on it, you can start to let it fizzle away and then know yourself better in these situations. Okay, a way to know yourself better, number 5, is to meditate, to reset. Okay, so by meditating, you're resetting. So if you're finding, and the energies have been a little funny at the moment, making people feel like they can't sleep, but very up and down, and a feeling of slightly not being able to cope with things. I don't know if you've experienced that. But at these times, meditation is your medicine because it trains the mind to reset to that lovely calm state. And then when you move forward in life, you're springing from a place of calmness. That's your reset place. Instead of getting up in the morning, you're still hepped up with worry. The night before, let's say you meditated and you've reset a bit and you're coming from a place of being chilled out. Then when things happen in your day, you can surprise yourself at how calmly and negative emotion free you are. And that helps you to know yourself because you're being more yourself instead of being swept up on all these negativities. So please meditate to reset. Number 6 ways to get to know yourself better is ask, is this me? So I think I mentioned this in my video about how to let go of what no longer serves you, but just quickly here, what am I clinging to that isn't me? What am I used to doing that I just do out of habit and routine? These are not you, therefore. If you, again, shine the light of consciousness on it and think, hang on, I just do this anyway because I'm used to doing it. Or there's a project at work that's not really working, but you're still slogging at it for ever and ever. Is it really me? Is it serving me? Can I let it go? And then you can focus in your life on things that are you, give you joy, and you should enjoy doing things in your life, whether they're mundane or not. We get to a point where we can do pretty much anything, as I said, and feel okay about it. But there's certain things we can let go and ask, is this me? Does it really represent me? Okay, ways to know yourself better. Number 7, the last one, is to ask yourself, what do I really want in life? Now, the first point was being in the present moment. What do I want in this present moment? But number 7 is, what do I really want in life? Now, I always say not to live in the future, not to live in the past, etc. We want to be in the present moment, but it's okay to manifest now and again. But ask yourself, if there was anything that I could do, have, be, what would it be? Dare to dream. I mean, really dare to dream. See, we have these limitations in ourselves that the world gives us and we've been brought up with. And so there's certain things we never even dreamed to think about achieving or doing. So many limitations. I mean, you could say, right, I would like to achieve bungee jumping. That's what I want in my life. I'm going to do that. That's on my bucket list. But there might be something that you never thought you could do. Oh, my back hurts too much, or things like that. But dare to dream. So take a few minutes to think, what do I want in life? And then you can do a little manifestation. I would like my family to be happy and healthy, or I'd like someone I know to get better. I'd like a new car, mine's breaking down. I'd like children in Tanzania to have more money, to get fed. I'd like something good to happen in the world. I'd like to set up a meditation and yoga centre. So dare to dream, okay, and then do your visualization and visualize with plenty of belief if you can. I know it's hard to just believe, but the more you manifest and it comes true, the easier it is to believe. But take it from me, take some belief from me, it works. So with belief, visualization and emotion, so feel what it's like to have that. Feel elated that your friend or family member has got better. Feel the joy it feels to have a happy, healthy family. Feel how pleased you are that those kids in Tanzania are getting fed. Things like that. Feel the emotion, because the emotion is the fuel. So what do I really want in life? Sit down and do a little manifesting about it. Imagine, have belief and emotion, what it feels like. Feels great. Now, by asking yourself, what do I really want in life? And daring to dream, you know yourself better, because you're going past those limitations and allowing yourself to dream of anything. And then you can manifest those things, getting past those limitations that have been put on you, that this is the limit on what I can have. This is the limit on what I can achieve. And then you only dream within that box. Try and dream outside of it if you want to. And that will teach you more about yourself and what you really want, because you're dreaming outside of the box, which you never dared to do. Okay, so I hope this helps you on ways to get to know yourself better. And as I said, that's useful because then you can shape your life around what's true to you and look within for your truths, okay? And thanks so much again for being a Patreon supporter. And I wish you much love.